cho hai lục rồi cái chân này yếu hai lục cái chân yếu thì sau đó tụi nhau tụi nó tụi ta cái hai lục rồi bây giờ nó là thổ cái chia tôi giờ tới cho nó vấn đề là trong gì chỗ gì chỗ trong đấy cho trong mà nó khác cho cái sao cái cho nó cho vào cái cụ chỉ trò chơi vì cái tôi nhớ tới cho nó cái tôi nhớ lần đầu lần đầu là giờ cái chỉ trái cho nó tôi đen nụ cho tôi cứ đi mua sẽ được là trả cả một cái sinh chi sinh sầu để gọi lúc sau chỉ cho nhau một cái giờ nó cái tôi trả cả mua cái tiêu phụ nhau một cái để là nhau一号了，路线就这样 OK， 要被这样不分。要领导纪律上，一切中国一就知道做，但是呢，被都抓住的，被这都晒啊，晒了不打了，一样能通，也不多能通，呀半路不打，能得半路，被要不半些，老离神，只有把住，都要这抓，下要抓到，一要瓦弄，又要这等。cổ giờ giả đánh nó kéo nào cổ y giờ qua thái đồ ta xin nó giờ có trả cho thôi cho mà tôi ta sẽ phải chỉ được đi thông tin cho nó có một cái xin tua xin chữ để đi vào đây để đi tổ bảo lại giờ đi nó lúc nó cái thọ sầu nó cái thọ vào hùn cái bên cái đi này cháu ở lo ở trời gió qua cái cho mình là tổng tên họ cả cái sự suy lưu họ cả cái sự suy cộng tên lần từ đầu sang là mấy tuổi thôi cho tôi thằng cái cái đi là thầu như sau không nữa là còn như thầu lỗi tuổi thi bước sản advisor đầu chế này sự sau khi cho tự trảอยู่trên này sau khi cóอยู่trên này trả opa lên từ quân là tổng thời chỉ là ý chủ thời cho yếu chủ sân trên này yếu chủ hữu yếu lưu công lưu bè yếu chủ sân trả là ý chủ thời cho yếu chủ hữu yếu trên này yếu chủ sân có yếu trên này trong lửa tổ yếu chủ sân yếu trên này sự sân là lúc đa rồi sân là lúc la thì chỉ bắt lại sân là nhiệt gì màอยู่ที่อย่างนี้ถูกเท่าเจ้าแต่อยู่จุดว่าเท่าเจ้าตายอยู่เท่าเมื่ออยู่จะแอบลีอยู่อย่างที่ถูกเท่าเจ้าอยู่จะเจ้าตัวจืดปุ๋ยลีอยู่ให้เท่าเจ้าอยู่ใช้กันอยู่เจกุตีอยู่หือเจกุตีอยู่หือเจ้าว่ายาตาละอยู่ที่ท่อได้อยู่จ้าละเติมจ่าอยู่เจกุตีเนี่ยพอไปอีกจุด president เนี่ยชอบได้อยู่เลยเนี่ยที่จ้าเติมจ่าอยู่จุด president ว่าเชื่อตะก้าอีกจุดว่าอีกจ้าlên từ đi từ trả trên cái đi dạng là nhau đọc thế ở bên chỗ này pon mi ở sao vàng này pon công lệ này pon thao mà đó ở đi từ trả có tài thế là tháp bản government cho từ bộ lên chúng mình chuyển nhau cho từ bộ lên xịt có mang tài cho từ bộ lên chỉ cho lên từ kho cho lên của một cầu sư cho nên chúng ta khen đến cho luôn họ nên thâu là cái tụi này chẳng chân họ cho nó gì họ trên năng là họ có nên chúng mà thâu là cái tụi này saoอยู่trên cái gì saoอยู่cho nó cho họ thâu là muốn là chủ yếu dùng là sao là ba ta gì chỉ sao thì cho tự trả chỉ sao cho ba cái gì tới kia một nó vậy giờอยู่cho các chỗอยู่lúc đang rồiอยู่cho các chỗอยู่lúc không mangอยู่tới tàu làอยู่cho các chỗอยู่lúc bè và tới tàu là lúc bè dùng được cái một chỗ không có bè phèn là họ có cái sự suy lưu chúng mà tụi này rất thua chứ ý ở lần dự án rộng ra thì chỉ lo cho qua thì cổ lên cho số mà lưu rõ theo lo cái nhau cái gì lưu rõ lo cho lo ra tàu lo hữu dụng tàu lo hữu dụng và bây giờ chú xã bây giờ lo lưu rồi phaเขาว่าจะมันเจตนาก่อชีลุชีชังสิ这种莫给染剂高夫气这就拿那不保到时候来走不是不是他们不是有 Secretary of State John Kerry go candidate ก็แล้วว่า President Lúc mà President Bush be to all people, lúc mà to all people, yeah, President Bush, to all cái chỗ đến thế, yeah, John Kerry, President Bush chết rồi, John Kerry chết đây rồi, lúc mà bị nó, lúc đó là chúng nó thích chi hai anh chị, rồi giả gì thì thế cho nó lúc cho trả được cái sạch, hay đi, cho nên bây giờ chú mua cái giả gì, cái thay cho chúng cái họ ở đó chỉ cho cái chú giả gì, họ rong chắc rồi, họ nhau ok, xí lu xí ba, vậy lu rong rồi cái山东东西，我是找那个肯定的，我找。
yêu sống ít chia cho của bây giờ lâu từ tin khi sáng nào giờ bây mong hơi từ cần tới PhD nhớ đầu sa social science và lúc chế cần tới của Sorbonne University of Paris lúc chế lý sống ít chia cho của sai chỗ nếu chỉ yang ít từ cần tới sư nếu chỉ yang ít từ ban đầu hùng cầu sống cầu trong cái phía vì tại sư nếu chỉ nhau ý tôi nên thì cái hai nhân là sĩ ý tôi được mà họ biết sẽ đợi vô tay giải tỏ đã trở gian trọng
ở đây chắc là một thơ hở trò lúc tuổi thơ lúc cùng họ YPP ở cho tất cả thằng nó đi xì ở cho nên cho ôn hiểu thì là cho cái ti cái niệm giờ cho mùa cho nên cho trà tôi cổ YPP cái trung sẽ là lúc nào vô lúc xét cơ một lúc chi phí đoàn chi này chúng mình đầu tư ít chia Mr. bỏ đoà ít tiền chỉ đầu rồi là chuyện thì nhất thì cho nó những môi nhìn nụ để không đâu để khi đầu nó cứ chỉ đi nó là mặt đầu gì nó là cô trò chơi tôi thà mình sẽรู้gì mà mình tận đây để biết không nhà mình cái thế nên sau đó đi cho lâu đi bao lâu dù có bỏ rừng mà mình tận đi là dù chủ sở tất cả qua đó đi thở biết bông đi chờ là chuối chết của xe kiểu chi là chờ nó nào họ này ít họ mình cho history biết mua để lý sử cho đó chứ lý sử giờ ít học kia đó biết cái tiền giá đô la giá thì bây giờ dùng đi mất sự kiện giá thì bây giờ thầu ôi rồi thế bây giờ mất cho bất kỳ bây giờ lúng bây giờ khi đầu ấy từ thời gian dùng đầu ấy từ bây giờ và ta cũng thấy nó đầu lên đầu từ biết là bây mong đó vui là từ muốn diễn đồ gì tên một buồng ra một loạt tên một thay tên một nhà làm tên một số tên các chỉ tên nó một tả là gì mà cô hay nói này thì bên mong người hay này ô nhân tế chuyện này là bên một tên chuyện thì đó chỉ thầu xóa là một chỉ cùng tuổi bên mong bên chỉ tới cho bên thì đồ một bên đồ bên là nhất tí cho là bên thì kia số tên là nhà là tên mà kia là làm là tên ý kia ý cho thì kia một cái bên là nhà làm là tên là hai tên như thế bên cho xí luôn để cho bác cái đi xứ để bên mong là bên chỉ tới xí luôn là ta doctor và ban đầu đi biển rồi vì khả năng bên mông là bên nhau thì là chùa là bên nhau tên gì rồi muốn già rồi muốn ba rồi muốn lì rồi muốn chung rồi muốn hết giờ tụ mông ly là biết chị muốn già nhau cho muốn già chị luôn giờ tôi muốn già một đời cho muốn siêu nhau muốn siêu chị luôn giờ tôi muốn siêu một đời muốn qua nhau muốn già muốn qua chị vì họ nói thế nhà để đâu vậy biết tụi cởi ra đâu là họ tự chịu và biết cho họ biết kia đấy chứ cũng chỉ biết tôi nhớ rồi nó chính họ làm thế nào giờ họ nó như này các loa nó như này chia là nó sản phẩm cũng mà biết cho họ để nhớ là tôi vì nó chính là quyền của mình hay là rất tuổi như thế đi thôi đây cũng biết cho họ biết tôi nhớ như này thì mấy cái chơi như này tên này cả thầy bây giờ mong bố tiết mù bố tiết cho sở ban nó có muốn chỉ thôi là mình cả bố tiết cho cái loại chú cho một số xuân giờ cho sở ban này như là có mà nó ban này phát triển thế đó có muốn chỉ thôi phát triển ai cái tiết all tiết chờ nó ở bên tại đó bây giờ đợi chỉ chút thời nhân tiết phát triển tiết chờ mình cả chỉ biết cho mỗi cho nên chuột như chuột trúng tôi nhớ là tiết cho bạn mình là chỉ đã rồi luôn này dùng đó khó tiết thọ nó qua ý tụ làm mà xích khả năng mình thì bắt sự cần mấy ý tụ sẽ là tới những tiếng là thì qua bao thụt America bao thụt Hoa Kỳ với thọ lên một ba ngày thì cờ này với cho nên tôi được khí chỉ là trả nhớ năm thọ này cho nhau thì tôi nói chắc là họ là State Department nên cho là official delegation tôi đã cố negotiate tapi memang dia pun mana ni buat tu tôi cũng chắc là đó cho thế sao sẽ bỏ điều này cho này cho và đi cho loa là cho đâu là cho nó lo chuyện là vì mà tôi blog được là muốn cái đó giờ đồng chí negotiate là một bao nhiêu chi cho là gì vậy là mà chơi nhau nhá cái chơi nhau tôi chơi nó phòng chơi chơi nhau năm phòng rồi bằng cơ mà ra là được chơi bạc ăn mà chạy được nên là cái trải nghiệm của đi chơi giờ chơi vừa biết khó nên bỏ đi ông cũng muốn chia kế được bên mong muốn đâu mình cái tiếng muốn phát triển tiếng muốn sai liền cái là đã cũng chỉ thở chỉ muốn được ăn được thì vậy mấy trăm mỗi một tuổi nhau mày mình này vô trong một lít cha là những mà mình yêu phỉ yêu mừng tuổi chứ là thì dân nào giờ có chỉ chủ cái chuyện gì bây giờ vô mình sẽ đi chờ tiếp bên mỗi cái tua đó chỉ đâu hay là lối chính là này bên mỗi cái phần chung bên kia tại nó có là như thế thế nó chỉ cú nó cũng chính xác rồi từ hai đi cha nó cú giờ lúc xét tới cú chụp bác của hai mông cái đi để suy rồi qua chụp qua của tụi tu mò là thì cho tôi phải để suy không là chụp biết là đi hàng tiền luôn nên đó là về mong về chỉ tới để suy biết khi tôi tại nhỉ cũng sai cái gì biết tôi chẳng thấy nhà mình cả nó là tôi project xong rồi buồn xét thì nó bên mỗi chuyện là bạn mình cần ngồi đi là thầu u ít xét chùa sẽ cho ít tụt tàu đâu tới ta tiếng mà ta đi tới một ít tụt ý ta cũng chỉ mất xét cả tàu đâu tới vì ta cũng chỉ mất xét là rồi cả tàu đâu tới vì anh ta cũng bỏ anh ta cũng mình cũng một giờ lúc tích chờ từ rồi tích chỉ mèo chuột teo ra xuống một cái nào nên nó chạy nên nó đau cũng tiền nào nó xịt từ cái đó, rồi cũng mất khởi dùng của cho nên nó mất khởi dùng nó xịt từ, mất nó xịt từ từ đâu phải cũng khởi dùng, ok đâu bây giờ này, nhưng nó là gì ạ, vì mất khởi dùng cho nó, cũng một giờ các tiểu đi chơi tiểu tại đâu vì cũng mất khởi dùng cho nó, vì nó mà nhìn nó biết tôi chơi mình cái nó biết không nào mua trồng ta xin nó đi với nó xóa với tàu ấy from tàu vào research tàu ta tất nhiên thì mua trồng cha đồ qua lên tàu doctor cha tàu master degree thiết tàu cha master degree mà mua tàu cầu thật xét 我的各种设计用线就被我做些的嘛，你那被我家路有用途的我一直做的天，我家我拿我罗，然后我จะไม่เนี่ยจริง有走啦，罗啦么了，家就我ในครู我สุเปียร์แต่ละ我中了，家我哪一样的我สิ่งที่เขาสอนว่าstate นั่นแต่ว่า state ว่า representative อย่างผู้แทนที่นั่นมั่วละมาคุยเรื่องเช็คอย่างนั้นตอนนี้ผู้ป่วยที่เป็นมึงให้ใหญ่กว่าไม่ใช่เป็นวิที่เป็นมึงอยากให้หนึ่งมั่วเช็คกันแล้วเนี่ยที่จะเราจัวจะเราจุ่มบล้ออย่าถูกทุบบล้อเนี่ยยิงเจนวานะจงเอาเช็คจัวกูมุ่งชนะอย่ามีการเจ้ากูมุ่งอีชนะไอ้ตัวเรื่องไอ้เดี๋ยวยุ่งอะไรกันเนี่ยเตะชนะเตะชี้หัวใส่ยิ่งทุบบล้อเนี่ยตีตัวเนี่ยยุ่งจนตลอดชีวิตพี่ผสมกับอ้อนน้องเขาจีโดยที่มุตาเลยมันเป็นหนึ่งเป็นจะได้มุตาชอบเป็นที่ตัวเล็กเป็นที่มันน้ำหมอitu saya mikir lah, fakir itu nonton, jangan sih dia. Orang yang berlatih, nanti mana hai ni, saya kalau nak aja orang itu biar dia, mau pelajari hai ni, dia tu. Macam kita orang cai jamu, dia tu doktor yang nak cek, doktor yang nak kan, dia kena dia. Uyu ni singkuat, bunda ni jamongnya, bunda jeputanya dan pijapunnya. Ani jamong jangan berarti tanah sini jamong jangan berucap. Jadi kan dalam jeputan. Di si plau jadi susah sepau nom pula lorong. Jeputan jekamu mereka nyawa nengnya ci dan neng tiga plau tu nengnya ni cuma plau. Nyawa tami tamker. Đó mà plong đồ chạp là ta chỉ đốc tay yên nào ở hiện nay chẳng mong để cụ tên nó hay kìa bây giờ mong là đồng là plong đồ quá là bút thay quá là chào quá này chẳng mong trả cá ở plong đồ đồ này chẳng mong bố mà tôi sẽ chỉ tôi sẽ luật tên như thế là bốc thì bên mong chào chào mà tại đây là cũng bỏ bên mong cái chờ mà mình chỉ là mình cái phát triển mà sẽ để mà mình cái tiền đó đã xịt thao còn xe lông cái tiền biết chỉ lông biết chỗ sao rồi này mà nó là cũng tôi bỏ cũng chế và gia phụ hình nó xịt sâu nó của được cũng xe nó tôi thấy là biết thì các bên mong tôi xịt luôn nè tôi xịt nếu ý học câu itu kau lah ma lalu tu mana masuk. Gua itu hanya, yo jenis yo sih lo yo jadi mahai tu luar tu yo luar mana? Yo tu lo yo ande yo jadi kita luar tu kut luka luar jenis. Kami ni nama tadi nama pet tadi mau aku cakap pejamau ya tu sih lo dah. Itu dah kita tu lu betul neng jaga rong iya di betul muya. Kalau mung tulen tu saya sudah tu lah tu sih lu. Kalau pemu naruh naruh tu sama naruh naruh tu nanya tiga no. Ya tu muya mula, ya tu muya mu tiada, tu mu thang mu tiada. Betul tu saya tu muya tu betul tu betul lah tu terjauh, tu terjauh tu mula pensil, betul tu. Lo bỏ bê bỏ hai tiền, ô bê tu là để bê lo cho mình cả là một tí tu sư, mình sẽ bê tao sửa bê tu nó, để mà đi tiếp mà sẽ là để bê tu nó, cái thứ tí linh trả sẽ là bê tu nó chỉ cho bê là sai sẽ bê tu nó biết được, gần tao muốn xong là bê cho muốn dạy, rồi đúng là muốn qua là bê sao, chỉ tao muốn dạy thôi chứ, ở đó tao muốn dạy này mong chiều mong vàng hơi chỉ sợ đợi chút thôi mà giờ khó cũng bảo nó gì mà tận đây nè mà bây giờ tàu là một ý bây là một sao bây giờ tu luận thầy luật mà sẽ cần là để tiền một đích chạy một đích chạy cũng được thế nè có ý khó nó khó nó cỡ có thì cỡ sẽ đời nó một cái hồn của chúng đi bên này cái đó họ ta muốn nó hỗ trợ nhớ tí cho nó vô nó hỗ trợอยู่ที่ป้อเดียโอ้ยี่สิบตอนนี้นะอยู่ว่าอยู่ที่เราอยู่รุ่นเดิมอย่ารู้ว่าอยู่รู้ว่าเท่าที่นี่ตอนนี้อยู่ป้ออยู่นั่นน่ะจุดถ่ายมันหายจะมั่วเลยนี่บ้านนั่นยี่สิบตอนนี้หนูโอนน่ะยังจะมั่วที่ป้อมบ้านนะอย่าเขาหนีขอเขาคุยแล้วเสียไม่จะแล้วจะไปจำมั้งถ้าไปจำมั้งสิรู้ที่ไปสิรู้เนี่ยก็เราเต้นเทปอเดียมองอย่างอีหันหนึ่งจะสิรู้สิบ้าที่เดียก็อีเขาเนาะเขาเนาะมาคุยสักก็ไปมองเนาะเรามองตัวที่ผู้อยู่ในปัตตาสิฟูว่าอันเช่นที่ไหนเราเนี่ยอยู่อันนี้เนาะอยู่จุดมันเกิดมันเกิดผู้อยู่มุดจากที่มันผู้อยู่บ้านเนี่ยน้องน่ะตัวที่วันเราจุดอะไรอยู่จุดมันผู้อยู่อย่ามามองเจอมันหรือบ้านหรือปัตตาอยู่แต่ที่มุดตามนะอย่าเขาที่เขาจริงที่มันอย่าเขาแต่ที่ในเนาะนะยันดิที่เนาะเป็นตัวเท่าเจ้าเลยเป็นตัวนี้เสียดายเสียเดินที่ปัตตาที่มันเราตุถ่ายเลยก็ไอ้ตัวนี้เราก็จูวันนี้ย่างอย่างที่เดียวที่ก็เราหน่อเสื้อเราหน่อที่ก็เถอะว่าตัวที่อะไรที่ตัดเราที่นำหน้าดูตัวกูไอ้จุดถูยังเราที่กวนหน่อกูไม่ไอ้จุดเดียวอยู่ไอ้ตัวหน่ออยู่ไอ้ตัวตู้เขยตู้จีนเลยไปสิอยู่มันจะเขาเดี๋ยวจุดนั้นถึงไปสิมันมีน้องมันนี่น้องเราจากที่จะอเมริกาเนาะไม่ยังที่จะว่าไม่เขาก็ไปชิลูเลยไปที่มันรู้ต่อไปจะในยังที่เราจุดที่เนี่ยเราที่เนี่ยสวดที่เนี่ยเราที่เขาที่จะไปจีมันที่มันเชื่ออย่ามองรู้เดี๋ยวสิอย่าไปเนี่ยการรู้คือเขาตื่นเมื่อมองจีรู้แต่ไปรู้ก็มองเนี่ยเขาจะมองเราไม่จุดแต่เราที่สิเกี่ยวเท่าที่เป็นมุตตะเขาตื่นเราจะต่อไปกูหายนี่กูมุตตะสวดที่แล้วเราจุดมองเนี่ยเป็นมุตตะช่วยให้เราโดนกูมุเมื่อติดมุตตะเนี่ยมุตตะเนี่ยละที่เราจะนั่งจุดกูใจต่อที่ถ้าสิมันตัวเนี่ยละเราจะเรากูจะเข้าไปอยู่กูบอกกูอยากของเราว่ากูเจมันจะคือจริงเลยแล้วกูใจต่อตรงที่มูนำหลอดเต้มันจะน่าจะจืดละเรายิ่งใจต่อตรงที่อย่าวิ่งแล้วป้อเต้มูนำหลอดเต้กูตุ่เก่งจิปุ่มันจะต่อยมันเก่งพอกูตัวเมโดหันนี้ป้ออันนี้ป้อไอ้เชื่อที่เก่งกูติกูมันโมโหเดินปัตเตล่าเป็นยังไงกูเก่งต่อตรงที่จะปัตเตล่าอยู่ตัวลงเก่งกูเก่งจิปุ่นละตัวในพนยังไม่ยังหัวตัววิญญากูเก่งจิปุ่นตัวกูเด็กกับในพนก็เตะเตี้ยมรอก็ในท่านก็เตะกูนักกันเมืองกูเตะเตะเลยเจจะประเทศเราจะยังไงจีมัว reason จีไม่ปวดยังเราตัวไปจะมุ่งยังลงจริงเตะเจวันที่เขาเปล่าลุจิลินโตลงจริงวันที่เขาจีในพนคำอ้ายตุประเทศเราท่านก็ท่านเกียร์เรารวดเขาที่จะรู้เมื่อจะรู้จะสบายตาเลยจะเป้าจะในพนพอจะเขียนเลยรวดอะไรเรามันโดนกรณีชาวบ้านลีแค่ก่อนในพลว่าอาจิในพลมริบุแล้วก็ตีเย่จะเกิดอุลินาจะเป็นจะมุ่งจะมาเกี่ยจะดีตัวไม่ยาวนี้แล้วมันกุศลก็ตอนนี้เราคนเรากุศลกันนี่จะรัวนี่เชื่อเราวันเราจุดเราจะไม่แต่ตอนนี้เนี่ยมากูปล่อยรู้สึกมันเป็นกระชอนตอนนี้นะเป็นมั่วแบบนี้นะมันไม่จะเทียนได้หรอเนี่ยนะมันนักการเมืองขึ้นนะมันเสนอจะไปจะมั่งเสียเขาไปตัวไปงานเขียนตัวเต้ๆแต่เขาหายงานวันเดียวนี่มั่งตัวฟักกี้จะน่าจะฟักกี้น่าจะมีการหายเกลียนะที่จะมั่งตัวไปสตาร์ตัวเนี่ยนั่นเลยรู้เสียกันแต่จะมั่งอีกให้หนึ่งเนี่ยจะมั่งเสียหัวเขาเลยบัวตัวชนดาวหมดแล้วพระจันทร์ที่บริฟักกี้มดตัวฟักกี้สามเนี่ยนั่นเราไม่พิมพ์แต่เราไม่พิมพ์แต่อีพงแต่นี่เขาพิมพ์แล้วนี่เขาpublish คนได้ในช่วงเอาเช็คของจีนแล้วพิมพ์แล้วเรื่องน่าเดียแล้วทำไมมีแล้วทำไมฟักกี้ติดจีจอมตัวอีกมั่งหน่อยยังบอกตัวนู้นในยังที่จะฟักกี้อีกมั่งหน่อยจะในให้เราแล้วต้องจัดนะแล้วสิ่งที่ยังดาวโชว์เรื่องตัวเดียมุ่งอีกให้หนึ่งมั่งเชื่อว่าจีนนี่ตัวเชื่อว่าพอเลย tại nó cũng một phát kỳ tích cũng chỉ muốn gì cho nó chịu biết lớn tại cái tại bởi vì họ nó mình nó muốn nó phát kỳ tích hay nó đây sẽ biết cho muốn nhá friends Việt Nam và biết chết cho biết sự hợp muốn tại nó cái gì nhau cho biết sự tại nó cái gì nhau friends Việt Nam mà biết cho chết mong gì phải qua sự ta chỉ mong là một cái sự như một cái cùng qua ta chỉ chờ qua dù chỉ quaที่không lồngนะจะมันเอาที่แยกคือยังทุนผู้ที่จะเฟรนช์กันนะยังยิ่งจบเสร็จกว่าเขาได้รู้สึกนะมันมีน้องมาที่เป็นข่าวในนั้นเนี่ยอย่างน้องคนนั้นใจเป็นหมาสิฐานที่เนี่ยก็สิชิงจับเลยจับผู้ให้จับตัวนี้ตอนนี้เสนอนะไปชี้รู้เขาไปเจไปรู้ไปเจหนึ่งคนเดียวไปอยู่หมดรู้ล้วนให้หนึ่งเที่ยล้วนเสร็จหนึ่งเที่ยก็จะได้ชี้รู้ไปให้มั่งmà có một mình như thế này của chúng nó.
Các chuyên gia nào thọ có cỡ tiếng ít chế cho qua xa cho tao yêu cụ. Tại vì nó có lâu có nhiều là chị cũng mong ngay giờ cũng chị khá là thế đấy. Thì thôi giờ sau khi chuyển phòng có một nó có nhóm lên đấy nó bên này. Còn chỉ là một trong những hạt tiền tới sau trái nó số lượng tại vì mà bây giờ rất mỏ chỉ tao tiếng là chỉ bây giờ làm mình chỉ schedule một trò ít học program thọ bên một trò đó thọ ở một này
bên ngoài tu giờ thất thời phổ giờ tu cần tới nhớ trò tết chừng mình cả nó giờ thổ bế sĩ show giờ tu chân sai ok nhớ trò sát California cho nên giờ thất thời phổ và bây giờ tu chân sai thì cần tới cho nên thứ thâu trong số kia cần tới một chỗ tí xíu thì thổ thổ tí xíu nữa thì cỡ tía doctor degree cho cái trái lý cho bây giờ thì tụi nó do doctor Phuv lúc xưa nó muốn chọn một cái cho tu cái chọn sai và cần tới xíu do khi bây giờ này cho chỉ lúc rảnh mua rồi bây giờ dùng nhà tận đây của nó lúc xưa nó muốn chọn này.
Lúc đó cũng rong xe hay để bây giờ nên nhà phụ phèn chạy chia xe rồi bây ở bây tù giờ tu thích chọn xài cần đó là giá trong cái lòng thiệt lúc rảnh mua rồi bây giờ nên bây giờ sống tận đây rồi đó đâu cũng thì nó do David do Sandy do cái gì đầu tiên là họ bây giờ khi tôi đi giờ gì nào giờ khi tôi đi cho bây giờ nên lưu vision lưu rảnh mua bây giờ chúng ta nào ta lên đó bây giờ khi tôi đi cho bây giờ nên commission bây giờ hôn lử bây giờ chúng ta nào đi tới bỏ bây giờ chúng ta lo lại bây giờ khi đi cho bây giờ chúng ta đây bây giờ bây giờ khi tôi nhìn lúc nào giờ nó nè, muốn là khi tôi nhìn hay tiền, bây giờ vision, bây giờ sống tận đây nó giờ là chỉ, bây giờ rảnh mua, bây giờ sống tận đây nó giờ là chỉ, cho luôn nó, David, Sandy, tất cả rồi, như là khi tôi nhìn hay tiền, trên này nó tranh bổ lý giải, thiết đây, muốn là khi tôi nhìn hay tiền bây giờ nên commission, bây giờ nên tay hôn lực, tận đây nó, bây giờ trong tận đây nó giờ là gì? The next slide, please. Cho nên nhà phụ phèn, have vision, yeah, be the change you want to see in the world. Nó tôi sẽ bày phản hồi mong sao. Anybody? I have to tell you, it took me a little bit of time to think how to interpret this in Hmong. Bây giờ nên lưu dẫn mua, bây giờ xong tận đây nào, như nào. Họ có bỏ, hay tiêu yếu chủ lâu, có yếu chủ yếu tụ qua cả tàu. That's the vision for the next 30 years. Next slide. Có thể sử vấn đây chắc là bây giờ chủ là quản lý đặc biệt đại hải. Chia sẽ bên nhau học từ. Chia sẽ bên trên nhau học từ. Chia sẽ bên nhau học từ. Ni thuộc số tụ tao cần được tích chân nào. You know what this is. Go back. No, your Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Number one, G level. The first level is physical needs. That is food, water. The second level is safety needs. That is a home, shelter, security. The third level is love and belonging. That is family, that is friends, that is connections. The fourth level is esteem. That is mastery. And finally, the fifth level. I just simply call it greatness, because very few people get there. And we will meet one of those people that had gotten there. Nhà bên trên này, trở đi tây bỏ, trở đi phụ bỏ, và đi nằm trở đi. Tây một ít, tây một on, tây nhớ trở tây. For sure, I can guarantee that. Có chừng chúa ra level chỉ, level flow, level chỉ. Họ nói tây đi chặt trở tây, nên tây đi nó. Tây hay tây trên này, nhưng vẫn mừng lợi. Trên này, nhưng nó tàu đi lợi. Thế chỉ ta lên đâu, hỏi dùng cha, nó dễ lợi. Đó là sĩ, có chủ trao, hay là chủ thiện. Cái lý do tàu. Lúc đó, họ tên là hải chủ này, nhà bên thiện, yon trao, cái yon thiện, để có cho bên trên này, một số hỏi dùng trao ở đó, bên trên dùng. Next slide. Dennis Rainey, yaitu author, yaitu CEO cho Family Life. Nếu shop không đó, go back. Nếu shop không đó, who are stepping up a call to courageous men. So, nếu bỏ hai tia, hầu ít tụi mình, tay call step trở nên chắc là, như lý nào. Nên nếu mà nếu xí cho lưu trâu, chính năng sữa, cho họ tiệp phong đó nên show được chính năng. Nó sẽ có một lâu mình chỉ là cho họ cũng bỏ. Còn nó chỉ cho chính năng sữa, nó sẽ cho bê sữa đẩy. Giờ trâu, ni cho ở giờ nịa, ni cho ở giờ chải, như hồ nọ thiệt. Ni cho ở giờ con nịa, như hồ nọ thiệt. And so when I say manhood, I'm really talking about womanhood. And when I say patriarch, I'm really talking about matriarch also. And believe me, Cindy makes sure I do that. And rightfully so. Whole manhood to womanhood. The key is the courage to endure. That simply put is never give up. The second key is the courage to initiate. That means you go bỏ tư you do it. The third key is the courage to protect. Here's a quote that I think puts that into perspective. All that is necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing, is that good women do nothing. The fourth is the courage to resist temptation. And finally, the courage to believe. As if the name got focus. Go back. You're too young. Focus your life on what you know and believe. Now, mentor. They hold a total mentor, Yelena. Pass on your values, lessons learned from mistakes, successes, and defeats. And cast a vision for others, for how others can do the same. The final stage, patriarch or matriarch, I think is the most important stage. The focus of a patriarch or a matriarch is to grow old with purpose. The patriarch orders his life and makes decisions to intentionally invest in the next generation. Life for him is about the next generation. The patriarch is investing in the time beyond the horizon, the next generation. Life is no longer about him or her. Children are the living messages we send to a time we will not see. Why is the patriarch and matriarch so important? Because they are the ones who set the stage so that after them, our life is better. You need to go now to Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill, you need to author. You have to research it. And most importantly, you need to motivational expert. All of the gurus that talk about how to be better, and all of the books that talk about how to be better, this is the father of all of them. Now, how you know? The idea. After researching and analyzing 25,000 people who are successful, are 40 years old or more. That means most of us are at the stage where greatness is right before us. This is what happens when there isn't a remote. Now, let's look back at Maslow's hierarchy. The people that you name have met level E, level R, level B. That you name vào nâng lực, nâng nhìn rộng lực, being live comfortable lực. Hiện chỉ ta lên đó khỏi rộng tận đây nhớ dễ hẳn. Yếu chủ nhân trao, yếu chủ nhân thiệt, yếu chủ uống để bảo lực sự. Ta chỉ nó họ bé khiển trong mình lúc đó để bé dùng thiệt cho yếu là trao họ dùng tới yếu là thiệt họ dùng tới bé chỉ sống tận đây nó dùng trao bé chỉ sống đó. Next slide. There is a theme that says complacency breeds contempt. This is what complacency means. I am self-satisfied, pleased with oneself. One's merits, advantages, or situations often without awareness of potential danger. Content. One is satisfied with what one has or is and wants nothing more. That cannot be us. We are comfortable, but we cannot have complacency and we cannot have contempt. Next, I promise you that you will meet someone who has reached the 5th level of Maslow's hierarchy. I want you to meet Muhammad Gandhi. He is responsible for the phrase that says, be the change you want to see in the world. Họ có bỏ hay tiêu chủ lòng, có yêu quý chủ quốc của tao. Near into civil rights leader, near to non-violent activist. He is simply referred to as the father of India. Why? Because he freed India from British rule, the most powerful country in the world at that time. This is his story. This is what greatness is. Gandhi's childhood. Gandhi was a privileged person. He was born to the upper class in India. He was a sick child for most of his childhood. And he was just like you and I. He was just an average student. And like me, he just merely passed the entrance exam to law school. Gandhi's character. His father was a man of principle, loved righteousness more than wealth. His mother was a strong, deeply religious, and a righteous lady. She would take the hardest vows and keep them. Next, his father and mother shaped the character of Gandhi. Gandhi's arrival in India. You would expect someone like this to be great at a young age. Here's his story. He arrived in India in 1915 at the age of 46. Greatness is over. But it is just the beginning. He had experienced and fought against racism in South Africa. And at the time, India's population, the country of India, was 300 million people. England had ruled India for over 100 years. And they were ruled by only 100,000 Englishmen. Here is Gandhi's vision and mission. This is what his life purpose is. This is what makes him great. Gandhi's vision is simply this. India must be independent from England. India must be free from England. 300 million people should not be controlled by 100,000 people. Gandhi's mission is simply this, and this is greatness. Once you realize that it does not matter what you do to us, we will not do what you want. You will have no choice but to leave our country. He said to 100,000 Englishmen in the most powerful country in the world, once you realize that it does not matter what you do to us, we will not do what you want. You will have no choice. And that is all he did for 32 years. And India gained independence in 1907. That is greatness. What does this mean? This is what it means. There is much we can do. We are good and comfortable. And live a comfortable life. But we are at the age and time where greatness is before us. A comfortable life is not enough. We can be, you can be, we can be part of something great. And we can help make our next generation great. What does this mean for our elders? You need to be the patriarch. You need to be the matriarch of the family. Your life is no longer about you. Ni lúc này yo chủ chỉ ya chân ni rồi đó. It is about the next generation. Ni lúc này yo chủ ya cho còn tên nó. Your purpose should be your children, your grandchildren, your YPP family, and your countrymen. Ni tây hôn lử, yo chủ ya ni cho mình ngồi. Ni cho sinh giữ, ni chế này, nhất cho năng cho ni nhau nó tích chảy nào. You set the stage for them to be in a better place after you are gone. Có yêu tu yêu chủ qua, có thôn nô chỉ mua có là lúc này rong cha, và có chủ mua cho xí nhau. What does this mean for our educators? I'm not believing that. You are at the age and time where greatness is before you. You need to strive for greatness. You need to be the leaders. You need to be the mentors. Pass on your values, lessons learned from mistakes, successes, and defeats. And cast a vision for how others can do the same. You are responsible for making your family great. What does it mean more to You have to help our young find the good in family. You have to help our young find the good in YPP. You have to help our young find the good in society. And they will find the good in them. They will find the leader in them. They will find greatness in themselves. And you will have assured greatness continues after you're gone. You have become part of something great. Let me give you some examples. Why is it that children of leaders become leaders? Why is it that children of people who have an education get an education? Why is it that children of the rich become rich? Let me tell you why. Because the young and young children don't always do what you tell them. They may do some of the things you tell them. Trust me, I know. I have an 11-year-old and an 8-year-old. And trust me, I know. I have then a child. What they mostly do, and I can guarantee this, and you know it's true, they will do what you do. They may do what you ask them to do, or what you tell them to do, but for sure, they will do what you do. Giờ con cháu có các trẻ này một tụi thầy cháu, đây chủ một tụi thầy cháu. Giờ con cháu có các tụi mình nhua, giờ tụi thầy cháu có chủ qua tụi thầy cháu. All right, you're lost. Giờ con cháu có các tụi mình nhua, mua nhẹ, có yếu chủ mua nhẹ. Giờ có xã tàu ấy tụi tu rồng, có chủ qua tụi nành rồng. Giờ có tụi nành rồng, có tụi tu giờ tụi nành rồng là. You know what the next thing happens? Có tụi nhai rồng. Giờ vì chả, nành thể chỉ cả có tụi tu nè. Thế có tụi tu chỉ cả tụi nành thể nè. Giờ lỗi chỉ hay tu xa, chúng nào tu xa sao? Có raise ấy tụi tu rồng. Tu làm gì các trên anh nhân anh rong sức. Next slide. or young, not Belita, but not Lord. You are the future. Your future is only as promising as you are. Learn from your leaders, patriarchs, and matriarchs. But choose your own path. YPP will only be as strong as you are. And there will be no YPP family without you. This is the vision for Jane YPP. This is the vision for you. Now, y'all will know you'll be at the Jane Jane.
Hi, everybody. So the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is to kind of stretch your arms up. Can everybody do that with me? Alrighty, now I'm going to ask you to blink 3 times. Blink, blink, blink. Alrighty, thank you. Now everybody's awake. The last person who did not do it, the guy in the booth. Can I have you raise your hand up? Alrighty, now blink, blink, blink. Thank you. Alrighty, so my name is Tsev. A lot of people know me by xyoo or xyoo. I am Txwm or New Bank. And I'm really, really nervous. So please forgive me if my voice is very short. So I was asked to answer a question today, and that question is, why is YPP important to me? My family is YPP, and YPP is my family. YPP gives. That is why YPP is important. We all know and understand why family is important. It is a much deeper connection than just blood. It is through our tears, it is through our sweat, hard work, no work, nights of drunkenness, nights of loneliness, early mornings of steaming rice, boiling chicken for your cousin's lunch, or even late nights reminiscing about our childhood. About those weird, awkward, but fun moments that we had. Yeah, we all have those. And little ones, you will have it eventually. One of my favorite memories with our YPP youth was our DC trip. First of all, thank you for those who planned it. Yeah, and Sing and Davey and Hua, and there's a lot of others as well. You guys spent so much time planning, lost so much sleep, probably even your sanity. It was those long nights of planning, the amazing drive with those reflector lights. Those were a great idea. Kids enjoying each other in the back. You guys know what I'm talking about. Except those blisters from that long, long walk in Washington, D.C. Those hurt. I bet you did. Li Jia's rare steak that he had and got sick the next morning. I bet you that was pretty good. That bad morning when you had a bad headache, not a hangover, that was a pretty fun night. With that trip, there was a lot of giving. And in order for it to happen, there had to be a lot of giving. However, why is giving important? Giving allows us the opportunity to share and express our empathy. Not our pity towards our family, not our sympathy, but our empathy. Giving allows us to share our good times and our bad times. Take, for example, our mom wedding. I have seen YPP give money, give time, and give their support, a helping hand in the kitchen, a helping hand getting the meat, decorating, all this stuff. It is through these givings that we're able to share moments with our family. And as we keep on going forward, we need to keep in mind that we should give with a family origin. Like us, the Japanese came to America to work, get an education. They came with nothing. They worked so hard to be able to get farming, to be able to farm, to be able to get land, to get their own businesses. But in the end, to be forced to get camped and to lose it all. However, through all these obstacles, they were very resilient and they moved forward. Not just moving forward, but to move forward with the family origin. 2016 is our 30th year anniversary. 2017 is going to be our 30th. Moving forward, let's challenge ourselves. Our leaders, they are aging, and they are transitioning from being our leaders to our mentors. What High had a vision for us for our 30th year anniversary. Look at where we are now from where we began 30 years ago. Our obstacles, or the obstacles that he faced, are going to be the obstacles that we are going to face. I'm not telling you that education is going to be the key to solve these obstacles. Political power is not the key. Money is not the key. I'm not telling you that. I'm telling you, you need to be resilient. You need to move forward. Let's overcome these obstacles by being resilient and moving forward by having a goal to better our family as YPP. And not only that, but to keep it together. Thank you.
Could we give Xyoo another round of applause? Okay, so so today I'll speak a little about our experience with what YPP means to us, and also what my family can do to use as a template as what my focus in Chinese are. So I'll just talk a little bit what YPP means to me. It means three things to me. It means being committed to the family. It means focus on education and betterment on yourself, and service to others. So it made me who I am today at YPP. I remember telling y'all, friends and family, about the conferences we have, the women's caucus that we have, and then the meetings that we have with the movement there. That's crazy. So, and honestly, I take it for granted. I never saw the benefits of having this, how organized we were, because we have it in California, North Carolina, Missouri, Minnesota. So I take that for granted initially. I guess just personally, because we'll talk about the DC trip, my focus is the picnic every year. I've always enjoyed it. You Minnesotans know when we do it, we pack up the whole park, there's a lot of us. And I still look forward to it every year because it builds a sense of community. And on top of that, I lived in New York City, in New York City, 2011, and I just returned back last year. So honestly, I would have lived there for the rest of my life, but with the back to because I miss family. You guys do a lot of events. There's a youth conference in 2014. I was mad and frustrated because I couldn't be here. So that's part of the reason why I came back. Like at the end of the day, you're so long. At the end of the day, your parents are so good. At the end of the day, your family's so good. And another thing, how it helped me personally too. Your parents help you a lot. My parents, mom and dad, has been helping me a lot. But one person I want to say is Uncle Long. Do you guys know who Uncle Long is? Is he here right now? He's right here. Right there, okay. So I remember when my mom told me the story when I was younger, and then Uncle Long's coming, and then because Uncle Long always checked if we brush our teeth, and I never moved, I was like 5 or 6, I never moved so fast to brush my teeth, and it really taught me the discipline. And I remember one time, Shane, always told me that, hey, she's smarter than you, and I was frustrated by that. I was like 10 or something like that. And whether good or bad, it was a good motivation because I was like, okay, I gotta work harder. I know, again, I told the youth yesterday, like, I'm not the smartest person, but I worked the hardest. And that's what I gained from YPP. To work hard, to be committed, because I see my dad being committed to the family. I see what Uncle Long's done and a bunch of leaders and elders done too. So that's what YPP means to me, which is being committed, and the family is a reflection of you. So that's where I got it from. And I love the drive for always being better on yourself, pushing something better. Again, like as I said, it doesn't just have to be education. It could be your job, it could be your family, whatever. I think it's important that we just don't really focus on areas that make this person happy or something different. And then I want to transition over to the Chinese, because we focus Chinese on. Chinese are one of the first Americans in the USA, if not the first. So similar, yeah, to move over. They had civil wars, they had famine, and we have the gold rush, and then the transcontinental railroad is the Vitae railroad now. And I initially it was just hey,
we can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I'll come up closer. They were poor, so they sent money back home to their families. So similar, we still send money back to their family. Even this day, I know my dad still gives like $500 back to his sisters. And I just want to tell you guys a little bit about the food stats of the Chinese. They claim that 51% have a bachelor's degree or higher. That means almost half of them. And they've been here for a long time, since the gold rush. On top of that, the median income, meaning they are, average yearly, they make 65,000, and then Miga makes 52,000. So you can see this group can be successful, and what they have done with that is Neeg by other cities, is Chinatown's everywhere, San Francisco, New York, Chicago, right? And it's important because they have to support them. And I just want to touch base on one example. Does anyone know who Gary Locke is? No one? Does anyone know who Governor Gary Locke is? So he's the first Asian American governor in Washington, the state of Washington. I mean, you think about it. How can an Asian American person be a governor? And he was able to do it. He grew up so he grew up there as well in Washington and being poor. But the things he made it do to support the family, to using financial aid and scholarship, and then he went to Yale University for his political science degree, and moving on, he got his law degree from Boston University. He became governor, and then became the Secretary of Commerce under Obama, and now he's ambassador to China. So I just want to let you know that we can be successful as a family. We have the foundation here. And utilize YPP. Cindy's going to talk about it, Kazuo's going to talk about it, everyone else here is going to talk about what the family has done to help support us. So utilize it as young folks, utilize it, and we'll be there together.
Okay, can you hear me? Yeah. Well, first off, nhớ cho của sao cho đâu cho cái tí thì cho nó thì cho and also cái cho đứng thái lo for Lucy I'm a little nervous, but I can tell you that my name is Cindy. Quick bio about myself. I obtained my degree in Management Information Systems. So I currently work in the IT industry, and I also do a little bit of, actually a lot, of community organizing, and I also run political campaigns in my free time. So I kind of work like 2 to 3 jobs and don't get paid enough. A lot like you guys, right? But I'm running a political campaign actually here in Brooklyn Park, and it's Susan Pa for City Council. I was paid to say that, so that's why I said that. In other words, I appreciate the time that you've given me, and I'll go on. And apologize to you. So I just want to apologize for that. So I was asked to speak a little bit about what YPP means to me and why it's important. And to be quite honest with you, I don't feel like I should be up here, nor do I feel like I'm adequate enough to actually stand before you all and talk about the importance of YPP. But what I can do is I can tell a little bit about my story. I do a lot of self-reflection, and what self-reflection is, you talk to yourself because you're a crazy person, right? I remember back in college, and in the midst of my studies and parties, and even today, I think about how have I become who I am today? Because as we all know it, there are many people out there who don't have the things that we have. And so,
how was I able, to do it? And then, like, the first thing that really pops into my mind is the picnics, right? And back in the day, we were all forced to go to these picnics. We jumped into our parents' mobile van. We ran out of the vans with probably wearing the same t-shirts, and we did not look forward to anything other than playing with our cousins at the park, right? I mean, that's what I look forward to. I was a heavy kid, so when I ran, I couldn't really run. So and I was playing in the dirt a whole lot. But what I do remember, other than being a chunky little one, was that I was celebrated. My grades were celebrated, and actually, we were celebrated just because we were a part of this family. And you know what, there's a lot of kids out there who are not celebrated for their achievements, who are not celebrated for being born into a family. And I think about it, and you know what, like I'm really blessed. In fact, I think I'm a little privileged. I have both parents. I have very annoying yet supportive siblings. And I have an organization that I was just born into. And guess what that organization is?
YPP.
There you go. It's YPP. And a lot of things change in our lives. And my voice is shaking because I need to pee. But a lot of things change in our lives. You can't deny that. But what is constant in our lives is that you can't deny that YPP is a constant factor in our lives. And you cannot deny that having a strong family has not made a major impact in your life. So, I'm still thinking, and I still remember sitting in a circle on those metal folding chairs with our cousins and our uncles, and we went around and they asked us, what do you want to be when you grow up? I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know, I want to be a superstar. But it's that question. That's what it was. That's what's made me who I am today, is that I was always thinking about the future. It may not have been a bright future, but at least I knew I had a future. And it's those yearly boring meetings where we sat together and we had to stand up and we had to say what we wanted to be. That's what made me go to college. That's what made me know that I needed to finish college. And that's what made me know that I had a bright future ahead of me. And it's this organization that has instilled this value in us. YPP was never about the parents. It was always about the kids, and that is us. So, why was this created, this organization? The founders knew that the needs of our family and our community were not going to be met by others. And if we wanted to make it in this country, we had to come together, we had to stand together, and we had to provide opportunities together. This situation is still very current. We still get picked on today, we still get overlooked, and we are still disrespected every day. Much like the Jewish community, which we can resonate a lot with, despite attaining education and wanting to, get into these professional industries, they were often just discriminated against. And Powell actually told me a story about some Jewish lawyers who were not hireable just because they were Jewish. That's a problem. So what did? They came together and they created their own law firm, and quote unquote, from Powell, they started kicking butt. And that's when the other law firms decided to say, you know what, these guys are gonna continue to take our clients if we don't hire them. So that's what sticking together looks like, and that's what community looks like. And their history is not much different from ours, right? So I want you to look at this picture. It's a picture of a village, right? 30 years, Happy anniversary, YPP. The first 30 years was about survival. The next 30 years is about making this our home. Our parents did it. We survived and we are doing quite well. But it is now up to us to really make this country our home. We need to make sure that our youth are learning the necessary skills, because right now, many of them are falling behind. We need to make sure that as a family and as a community, we are not overlooked when it comes to resources, promotions, quality education, and you know what? Opportunities. So today is a turning point for our organization. We need to find relevance in it for our lives today, not 30 years ago. I believe that YPP can be an organization providing opportunities for each other, making sure that the system that we all live in is serving us effectively. This is a bit of an uncharted path ahead of us. And I hear Pokemon Go going. Some of us don't know what this looks like, and you know what? Some of us are still stuck in doing things the old way. What does the new ways look like? Is it women in leadership positions? Is it us, our generation, taking more leadership roles in the YPP? We have to come up with solutions together again. And with you, we can do this. With you, we can shape the next 30 years of YPP. Thank you.
And they said they were nervous. Let's give them another hand. So I know that lunch is ready. Actually, Pitch will eat call, and that will happen later. That is the mission. Jane ya ku peng te ho Pitch song ta peng.
Thank you to Dr. Phuv and the committee for your our research for the next 30 years. And that the product of our 30 years that they train me to be your last job. And not like move forward. All the check plan, Tati Takape delay the hard year. One of it try what thoroughly job on the Atalana. It is like a bit of family involved and any cooking to pay what. Mình cả tha là chỉ mà tỏ lời chúa chỉ riêng đầu tiên là chỉ bên họ delay rồi có thể đi xem plan rồi tỏ chỉ này thì lúc chơi là bây giờ muốn nó mỏ cái chỗ tên nó mỏ là chỉ cho ta biết là các loại nhau nó cho lịch vài 30 or so cái chuyện mà thay đua you want a picture of wonderful village after cái còn nó cái thay đua thế and then cái chuyện chúa ít khai event đó là một buổi sáng from 7 to midnight so một chế cho chúng ta tao tua nó là chơi được tua tỏ theo cái chuyện là chúng nó trở lại là ít mà thế là celebrate 30 years của cả chuyện nhà cà phê trồng trồng này so vừa cho nó cái dân đó cái chỗ bỏ thế cái chọc khoa thế là tôi một cái vấn đề này thì là cái cái một là phải lú hò phải nó go out this way thì một đời thì cái một lú hò thì có phải đến các trăm lò là lú ở cafeteria cái chấm lại cũng nằm ở cái nó cái lú sư hở lỡ nó chỉ thoại nó chén phải của 1 hour bên lề các thằng cái mình có cái tàu chạy thành đua này so we move forward cho tận năm cái này là các cái cái
có thể cũng là một cái là có lắm này có thể cũng có xin
Yeah, it's the fourth. Yeah, right. The other one. Yeah. Is it? We're behind on that.
Hi. Hi.
What's your name?
Hi, camera.
Yeah, có đồ không nào? Yeah. vấn đề rồi. Tụi này nó từ bây giờ chế độ phải nói ha.
That's my baby.
nhau yêu tu à thì tận thế nào? Tôi đã lên tin lại.
No.
Nó tùy thế. Hello. No misery. Hi, baby. You late, man?
No, I'm not. I'm early.